The most challenging aspect in research, if you are doing a PhD, is more to do with getting your methods right. So if you're developing your method, that is the most challenging aspect of the PhD. Very stressful aspect, because what's happening is you will not be able to at times you will not be able to get the techniques right. So at times you will fail, but you don't need to give up. You need to work hard towards it before you will be able to achieve the final end results that you need. Yeah, I did experience it, especially when I get to my second year. It was a very difficult moment when I was trying to get some of my method developed. It was very tough for me. And at that same time, I was doing some postgraduate study in supported learning. So it was a lot of load on me that I need to actually cope with it. But with hard work, I was able to achieve it. Going through this process, the most rewarding aspect is seeing my colleagues with me who supported me during the research time, and seeing all the lecturers around me, all of them supporting me to graduate successfully. So it was a very fantastic moment that I experienced today. It was very nice to me.
The most challenging thing about a degree is it's 3 years. It's a long time, and a lot can happen to you in your life in 3 years, and having the staying power to keep on. Most enjoyable and rewarding is meeting all my friends I've met on the course, and getting to know the lecturers and meeting good people.
The most challenging part was because English is not my first language, and I did have a bit of a problem of what my ideas writing on paper and expressing myself. So I gained that skill by going back to the lectures and having lots of practice and all that. Most reward was working in the lab. Actually, I really enjoyed working in the lab and doing my project in the lab and being there and getting results. Of course, when you're getting results, but not only that, even though when you're not getting results, just trying harder. So I think, and then when you get there, and then I always say this, and everyone should make sure that they go and celebrate when they get something, because it doesn't happen often. So
every piece of coursework I consider to be very challenging, because I approach every bit of coursework with the same strength, with the same vigor, treating it as if it's something I've never seen before, dedicating a lot of time to research it out and to write it out. But the most interesting part of it is, my web page design, which was in drug development and toxicology, because it's something I never did before. I never had experience on how to do web designs and stuff like that. So, but it was a very challenging experience. But after doing that, I've gone on to create my own personal website, which is something worthwhile doing at the end.
There will be some days when you feel like, oh my God, what have I done? But then once you keep a positive mind and say, okay, the start was great, but what's important is endurance. And it's not how you start, but how you finish that's important. So keeping that in mind and having a positive attitude is very important. Because not all the time you'll get the grades that you want, but as long as you keep at it and say, I'll do better, I'll work harder, then it's fine. I think the most challenging part, it's hard to say. I think with regards to your PhD, when things don't work, but again, this is why you have a supervisory team that is always there. You sit down, have a talk with them, say, well, this didn't work, and they can say to you, well, okay, we'll take this route or that route. So that was really the only sort of difficult bit that I can remember. But again, staying positive is important.
Challenging. Getting to class on time. No, it would be probably, I think, having work, my own other work, my family business, my university, juggling it. It's quite difficult to juggle. But, I've had to set my priorities right and had to make sure I prioritize my learning and my education over money at the moment. So that's the main thing. Obviously, money will always come, but make sure you have your priorities right. That was the most difficult thing I had, because sometimes I had to go uni and then work, or I had to go work, then uni. And I was traveling and, henceforth, there's a lot of things that can, get you down afterwards, get you exhausted. Very, very hard. But it's essential. It's essential to everything you do. If you don't have time management, then you won't have much of an education, because you won't have time for it. It's rewarding. People I met, I think the people I met were the most nicest, most enjoyable people I've ever met in this university. it's not. I made so many people that there's so many people I met in this university that I know that will be in contact in the next 10 years. So that's nice for me.
Getting understanding down, really understanding concepts and finding out stuff that I love about medical science through learning it, through going over it and kind of getting a grip for it in lectures and tutorials and discussion.
I think just initially absorbing the new information is quite challenging at first because they're linked, but they're also very distinct, and that can be a challenge sometimes. But once you get over that stage, then it's very interesting and it's lovely to know.
The most challenging would be third year, definitely, because obviously you know what's happened second year and first year, and everyone talks about third year, how you got dissertation, and it's your last year as well, so you know you need to step your game up, and balancing your exam and your dissertation, and obviously you got your own social life and your personal life, balancing it all, I think that was the most challenging part of it.
It was because I went through months without seeing any of my friends, and as soon as dissertation finished, we had to do exams. So yeah, time was so important.
Yeah,
really
sleepless
challenging.
nights.
Yes.
So many sleepless nights.
I got hallucinations.
Yeah, I was close
I
to
did.
getting hallucinations. I was close to that.
Was it all worth it?
Definitely,
It was
definitely definitely worth it. I don't think if I didn't have the sleepless nights, I wouldn't have not got the results I did. So.
Rewarding definitely has to be this day, like when we graduate, like when you get your degree and when you're up there, like you can see your family and everyone. It's a great feeling, yeah, I'd say.
Good exam results.
Okay, good exam results. That's probably as well. Yeah.
Really rewarding.
Yeah.
Probably dissertation.
Yeah. Probably the last year, all of it.
Yeah, the final year.
Yeah. It's just like a crazy few months, but if you get through it, you get through anything really. I think. Yeah.